Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to Energy Frontiers. I am Omono Okonkwo. These are some of the biggest headlines across the African energy industry right now. On Wednesday, August 24th, there will be a global virtual launch of Nigeria's data-backed energy transition plan. More details are available on seforall.org. Leading telecommunications provider Hotspot Network Limited and Horsepower Systems have partnered to transition mobile towers from diesel generation to solar power and to bundle electricity and connectivity solutions for off-grid communities in Nigeria. Both companies have already converted nearly 20 of Hotspot mobile towers from diesel to solar, and they plan to complete at least 100 projects by the middle of 2023. Australian wind farm operator WindLab is selling its African business interests to South African coal miner Seriti Resources Holdings Limited for $54.3 million. South African thermal coal business Thungela Resources has reported half-year profits 20 times bigger than in 2021, as coal sales to Europe have risen 8-fold following energy sanctions on Russia. Savannah Energy's 80% owned subsidiary, AccuGas, has entered into a new gas sales agreement with Notoric Chemical Industries, a Nigeria-based chemicals and infrastructure company. AccuGas will deliver up to 10 million standard cubic feet per day of natural gas to Notoric Chemicals for an initial period of 1 year, with an option to extend. Hyphen Hydrogen Energy is expecting the implementation agreement for its planned $10 billion green hydrogen project in Namibia to be signed by the Namibian government by the end of 2022. The MSGBC Oil, Gas and Power Conference in early September is focused on energy transition, natural gas, and policy making in Mauritania, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea-Conakry. That's your quick chat for the week. This is Energy Frontiers. Welcome back to the program. Sandra Jeque is the International Conference Director at Energy Capital and Power, the organizers of the MSGBC Oil, Gas and Power Conference, scheduled for Dakar, Senegal in the first week of September. On our quick chat this week, Sandra spoke to me about why the MSGBC Oil, Gas and Power Summit is important and a vital part of conversations and action steps around Africa's energy transition. Let's hear more. Tell me about the MSGBC Oil, Gas and Power Conference and what plans the ECP is making to host this very important forum.
Right, thank you. So the MSGBC Oil, Gas and Power Conference and Exhibition is under the patronage of the President of Senegal, His Excellency Macky Sall. It is endorsed by the Ministry of Petroleum and Energies Senegal, and we are in partnership with INPG, Petrosen, Cost Petrogas, and the African Energy Chamber. Now, the intention of this conference is not to build a stage, but it's also about writing a unified narrative for Africans' future. Now, the theme for the conference is the future of natural gas, using strategic investment and policy making. Here we are taking advantage of His Excellency Macky Sall, who is the current chairperson for the African Union. I couldn't agree more with His Excellency Macky Sall's words when he said, "Our continent cannot be a field which is the feast of others." So we will be pushing African power that develops Africa during the MSGBC conference.
Okay, fantastic. So what are the current oil and gas prospects in Senegal and in the West African region in general?
Thank you, Omono. So the MSGBC basin has 9 billion barrels of oil, equivalent to 50 trillion cubic feet of gas. That is just under 1/3 of Africa's total gas prospects. With Senegal, as I'm sure you know, you've got the BP's Greater Tortue at 15 trillion cubic feet. You've got the Sangoma with 500K barrels of oil, the Yaka Teranga with 20 trillion cubic feet. Then for Mauritania, you've got the Beralai at 13 trillion cubic feet and Banda at 1 trillion cubic feet, leading the charge on gas to power. And for the Gambia, of course, FAR hit a potential of 1.5 million barrels of oil a few months back. But in most nations, there've only been less than a dozen wells drilled, meaning reserves are essentially unknown versus the 160 plus wells made in Senegal.
Okay, so these are really interesting figures. But let's chat a bit about what's the lineup of the Energy Summit and why these discussions are relevant at this time.
Definitely. So the discussions are relevant to this time because it is time for Africa to rise and take advantage of its enormous resources that Africa has. We have a private session that is titled Ensuring a Just, Equitable Energy Transition in Africa, with petroleum and energy ministers from the Gambia, Ghana, Mauritania, Senegal, Namibia, and the Congo. Now, the purpose of this is to address development gaps and to put Africa on a pathway to its economic prosperity, to also make modern sustainable energy available to the entire continent, support Africa as well in the deployment of gas as a transition fuel and the long-term displacement of gas by renewable energy and green hydrogen for industrial development, if financially and technical sustainable. The PACT program includes breakout rooms, keynotes, and panel sessions on gas policy and monetization, the role of NOCs, women in energy, regional mega developments and integrated energy chains, security sessions, marketing and financing for African power, and technology innovation, just to name a few. We have as well the International Energy Agency, who will be presenting the African Energy Outlook Report for 2022. So the program is quite packed with very interesting discussions for both the public and the private sector.
Right, now that you speak about Africa Rising, are you expecting any specific deal signings to be made during the conference?
Definitely. The whole purpose of this conference, as I mentioned earlier, is not only to build a stage, but, to create a narrative that actually advances Africa's economies. So we're looking to forge, better ties with organizations during the conference. We do expect tangible agreements to be made in the form of MOUs with specific organizations. So, yes, we will have a packed program in terms of agreements and the way forward for some of the projects within the region.
Welcome back to Energy Frontiers. Let's track the prices of some energy products. Early on Friday, August the 19th, the London Brent crude was trading a negative 0.46% at 96.15 USD per barrel, while the US WTI was down 0.41%, trading at 90.13 USD per barrel. Natural gas was in a negative territory by 0.47% at 9.14 USD per MMBTU, also in early Friday trade. This week, a gallon of gasoline in Windhoek, Namibia, cost 77.22 Namibian dollars. In Porto Novo, Benin Republic, a gallon of gasoline cost 2,272 West African CFA francs. And that is the package for this edition of Your Energy Frontiers. And we thank you for watching. You can follow the show on Frontier Africa Report's website and across all our social media handles, as indicated on the screen. It is goodbye from me, Omono Okonkwo, and I will see you next time.